Hi, this is Ushio, and I know what you're thinking. You got a new mask, dude, and I totally have. So I hope you don't mind. I kind of change it up every now and then. This time, I have now got black tentacles. So yeah, let's get to it and talk about An Incurable Case of Love. And there are currently 3 volumes out. Volume 4 is on the way. So am I blocking the microphone when I do this stuff? So anyway, Incurable Case of Love, there are currently 3 volumes out. So we're kind of going to go through and discuss what this is about. It is a josei romance manga set in a hospital. So our main hero, is it Nanase, I think her name is. She's like a new recruit nurse. However, she's got a bit of a backstory as to her motivations, as to why she wants to be a nurse and pursue this kind of career. She has a crush on the doctor. A few years ago, she kind of helped someone out in a medical situation, and she was rescued by our doctor here. And she had an instant crush, and she spent the next 5 years of her life studying so she could get through all of her qualifications and become a nurse in a hospital. And on day 1, she joins and she makes sure that she's in the right department for the doctor. She goes to the doctor, she confesses her love, and he tells her she's an idiot. And yeah, it doesn't work out. So she suffers a defeat quite early on, and it's just like, how can she make this relationship work? And the answer is to grow up. So yeah, she kind of tries it a few more times. One time he actually slaps her, and it's done in like a comedic style. It's just like, bam, get off me, you silly girl. And I don't know, it's just a bit of a mess. He's not much better himself. He's super professional, but emotionally he's kind of immature. And gradually over time he starts to respect her professionalism as she tries to like improve at her job, and he starts to become more attached. And it's a weird dynamic. It's not serious, it is light comedy, and it's kind of like a light bit of fluff. It tries to play it with like a love triangle at one point. It doesn't really play out in that direction. It's not really the kind of super angsty kind of romances that you sometimes see in this kind of work. It's very much between these 2 people. There are people on the sidelines, but they're more about highlighting how these 2 people can grow with each other. So don't be getting into this manga expecting some kind of big emotional journey. It is kind of silly. And over time they do get a little bit closer together, and she's a bit of a mess. She's always getting drunk, she's always making mistakes, but she kind of like impresses because she has like compassion, and she's just a kind person. She's doing her best. She's like, forget this guy, I'm gonna go be a good nurse now and prove this guy wrong. But through that kind of starts to convince him in the other direction, and he starts to kind of get a little bit more affectionate toward her. It does get a little bit weird. Like at one point, she gets like a stalker from like an ex-patient kind of thing. Oh yeah, by the way, with the whole hospital setting, it's very much in the background. Occasionally it will mention certain patients with certain situations, but it doesn't really deal with the medical side. It's more like it's where they work. It could be in an office, could be in a zoo. It just so happens it's in a hospital this time, because that's an opportunity for these people to show their professionalism and show that they care about not just themselves, but the people around them too. So with the stalker situation, she ends up getting attacked. He rescues her. You know the story. It's all done very obviously, and you can kind of see it all coming a million miles away. And it's kind of like this kind of cozy romance thing. It's not going to upset you too much. But yeah, when she gets injured and he goes to rescue her, she's kind of in an incapacitated state, and she essentially blackmails him emotionally into becoming her boyfriend. It's a little bit weird, but you kind of don't sweat the details. You've already had a couple of volumes of them 2 kind of getting together. So it was a bit of a weird moment. But that's it. It's also a light spoiler, but it's because of the signposting, and you know it's coming. It's not really a spoiler. You know at some point they were going to enter a steady relationship, so now they're like boyfriend and girlfriend. You might be worried. It is mature rated on the back, but it hasn't really dealt with anything in that kind of direction. So some manga you pick up, it's got a mature rating on the back, and it's really out there. This is actually quite light. It could almost be like an older teen kind of thing. Not quite sure why it's mature, but maybe in the future it will develop a little bit more. But for the moment, it's pretty light, it's safe, it's kind of light-hearted, not particularly offensive. It's got a couple of weird romance dynamics to it. But overall, it's good-natured, a little bit of fun. I read all 3 books within about half a day. no real problems. It reads quite well. It's fairly like standard josei style. It's got the kind of layouts that you'd expect from this kind of, like, just like a regular shoujo, to be honest. It's like light on backgrounds, heavy on like romantic tones. But it's fine. I haven't got an issue with it. And honestly, I'm probably going to get more. And that's about it, really. It's just light entertainment. And if you don't kind of, pick it apart too much, you'll be fine. You'll have a bit of fun with it. And that is an incurable case of love. So yeah, if you want a little bit of like shoujo, I called it shoujo by mistake. It's actually josei, but it might as well be shoujo. And if this kind of title's normally your kind of bag, I think you'll be fine. I don't think it's going to win over any new fans, but I had fun, no issues here. And that's an incurable case of love. And this is Usho signing off, and hopefully I will see you next time.